Alright guys, so hello and we're back here. Right now we're going to be looking at the pair of headphones that I reordered. Should be the same ones, but if these are in fact not the ones that are the original, and hopefully they are not counterfeits, but if they are, well then I think this might be the last pair I purchased from Amazon, and from then on we'll be buying every single one directly from the manufacturers. So let's just open this up. It was actually sent by UPS, not the Amazon one, which is very strange because they were purchased from Amazon, the retailer, not any third party merchant that was just fulfilled by Amazon or etc. And already I'm not really having that good feeling. When I pulled it out, there was some good weight to this. That was a good feeling, but everything else looks pretty much the same. Same sticker. It actually doesn't have anything here, which I find a little bit concerning. So the sticker here, sure, it's a little bit shinier, and well, you can see some of the other shininess, and I'll compare that in the video. But on the one that I thought was a good one, as there was also one by a tech YouTuber, not really tech, but more headphone oriented one where he did get counterfeits, and I saw that based on the box and everything, and one that wasn't counterfeits. There actually was a little bit here, and as well as the with the manual having the, of course, this shade of blue on it as opposed to just being black and white on the counterfeits. That was the last one. So let's just open this up in a bit. And obviously this is the little DAC that I got. And this one goes up to 48 kilohertz. Again, just right over the line of high res. We'll open this up later. Okay, so the foam definitely looks a little bit different. Very, very spongy. There's also a certain smell. Okay. Let's hold off on that for a little bit. And there's actually a bit of color on here. It's not just black and white. Actually, it's pretty good too. This is a quick guide. I mean, it's looking a little bit better, but all the compliant ones do seem to be on here. It's 2, and that one also. Just here. So again, only slightly better. This one is not blue, so I'm a bit worried right now. Decided to give this a chance. Oh, okay. They actually have some other color, other blue stuff here, so. Okay, this definitely looks a little bit better. It's not just black and white. And I really hope these are the real deal. First, I was a bit concerned with that not being blue, but maybe this is from a revision. And I think this is just compliance. Yeah, I don't think I'll go through all of this just yet. I'll wait until the actual headphones are open. So just bear with me for a bit. Okay. Put that there. These actually went there like that a bit. But hopefully these are the real deal. So the way this zipper seems a little bit better. But this is and more comply. The comply is very inconsistent in the packaging. You can hear that give out a little, and I was really putting some good pressure on that. This definitely looks a little bit better, so this might be, and there's another 290 thing there. So these could be, but then again, I'm gonna just wait until I have the sound and gonna let the sound be the main reason. Also, these two look a bit spongier, and some bits are that are in color, so it's a pretty good feel. Again, so you know, that's how they are. Did these potentially look returned at all? I mean, there's this heat line here, and these actually look like they were wrapped up. There's a twist tie. I'm wondering what this line was for, if not for this. Again, squishy. It's only 2 lines there. So again, the non-microphone version. So far, they definitely look better than the other ones. Again, it definitely feels a bit better. But I'm pretty close to just I'm pretty close to calling it quits and just getting the IE300s directly off their website. That's the only one. That's probably within maybe my price range that's available on their website. I know there are brick and mortar stores there, the 800 ones, right? The IE 800s, but not the IE 300s. The IE 300s only seems to be available from their website. So and the IE 80s do not, but they definitely have some good weight actually. So I'm really excited to try this out. But this part does not seem like maybe these were a thing first. Okay, so the plastic part definitely looks fine. And I'm about to test these in a bit. Actually, I can test these without opening that. So just bear with me a second. Okay. I'm gonna plug these in. On. Right, so again, left, right. Again, the weight's definitely better, and some of the stuff definitely looks a lot better. But let's test these out. They're definitely heavier than the last bit, but still relatively light. The cable. Definitely stays a bit. Feels better. Again. But let's try and plug these in. Okay, so we're gonna take a break. And I'll be back after I test them. Okay, it took me a while just because there was a lot of noise. There might still be some noise, but let's ignore that for now. Alright, so far it sounds pretty good. The bass actually sounds pretty good, and maybe some of the mid to treble or highs sometimes do sound like it's peaking, but that was only on maybe one or two songs. Again, I'll wait for the review, as I intend to keep these. I'd say do sound much better. If they are counterfeits, then they're still definitely better than the last one, and that might do it. But then again, all right, everyone. Okay, I'll fix this in post. But right now, at this point, I couldn't really get good audio. So again, here I'm just unboxing the Anchor DAC or dongle, the Lightning to 3.5 millimeter, which offers, I believe it's 48 kilohertz. I'm doing this at the end. I've already edited most of the video, but for some reason, the audio just wasn't really good here. There was a lot of noise. Again, it's a bit off the cuff, but I chose this one because you can charge and transfer data while still listening to, well, the audio. All right, so here, just again, looks it looks pretty sturdy. All right, again, the finish is really good. It's glossy. The only part I didn't like is the fact that it just wasn't braided. I wish it was. So after having testing this out, the DAC works pretty well. All right, so there's only one problem with this dongle part. On the charging side or the lightning, the female lightning part on it, it has to be one side when you plug it in to charge. All right, hello everyone. We're here um we're going to be looking at the Sennheiser IE300. As you can see from my other videos, I have the IE80S right here, and of course this little adapter that goes all the way up to 48 kilohertz. I was gonna go for the other ones, but if you're moving on the move and you need to charge it, it seemed like the best one. But Anchor, of course, they do decent stuff. And the $10 one, for that one didn't really sound good. That DAC was pretty bad. So this one's still through Lightning. But hey, at least I can transfer data and everything else. And charge it right through this. Pretty good charging. And still have that. So pretty good for maybe cars and stuff. It's still very annoying when you're maybe walking about and have to keep it in your pocket, as this will pop out a little bit. But the reason I went with the IE300 is because getting these that are real, and I'm still having my suspicions about this current pair, they sound better than the obvious counterfeits of the other one. But as far as the cable goes, sure, the cable is a little bit better than the other one, but considering the IE80 were supposedly Kevlar reinforced cables, and then to figure that this would be the successor to that is very, very odd, because these don't appear to be any more reinforced than any normal cable. Now, obviously, came out a little bit better in box and packaging and everything, but the problem with that one was the fact that the cleaning and bass adjuster tool that you'd use for maybe something like this here to up the bass. I actually thought the bass sounded fine, even at its current, non-tinkered setting. I thought it's pretty good. These are definitely better than the other ones, but then the cleaning and bass tool wasn't really at the bottom where it should be. It was packaged away, which I thought was odd, because the bottom part is short to the carry case and stuff, but certain parts just still don't really seem that well. The cable don't just when it seems better, but if this is 1.2 meters, it's still a bit short. Not to mention, right, this part just doesn't stay down. Many times where I'm trying to go about it, they just seem to have just gone up like that. It just doesn't really seem like these might still be authentic. So I had no choice but to go directly to the manufacturer. Obviously, they don't sell the IE80S, but I went to them to buy the IE300. And they actually came here yesterday, and I didn't want to do a video. So it's interesting stuff, because they sent this really oversized box here. Why it's such oversized, or as oversized as it is. Yeah, 14 by 12 by 8. Yeah, get rid of those dimensions. So we're gonna unbox the IE300 with which seems like it's a much better one. The cable actually looks like it could be a good successor to the original IE80 that was, because those cables do not look very sturdy compared to some of maybe the other IEMs by lesser known companies. Even they seem to have stronger cables. That should not be the case. I still think these are not the real deal, and sort of goes back to the whole counterfeit problem with headphones that exists in the marketplace, and maybe even Amazon hasn't found a good place to deal, maybe a good solution to deal with them just yet. So right now, let's just open these up. Give you a pretty oversized stuff. Also, this goes without mentioning, but once you ordered from the manufacturer's site, send you an email, and also a few days later, when they confirmed that it had shipped, they sent one that to you too, or the normal thank you for purchasing from Sennheiser. So, pretty much like any other one, like when I buy the ones from Jaybird, directly from the manufacturer, because I had a problem, with the X2s and then the X3s. And then they only offered the Tarot Pros through their website, maybe because they probably didn't want counterfeits going around. So that's probably why at first I couldn't find them on Amazon, but then I did find the IE300s on Amazon. Maybe that's why they were a bit hesitant at first, but so far, let's see. These are directly from the manufacturer, so they'll be the real deal. A lot of packaging. Here it just says Newman, Berlin. Of course, shipping address, delivery note, customer order, invoice will be sent to, yada, yada, yada. Ship to, yep, delivery notice. Right, this is by UPS Ground. I actually ran into the guy when he was gonna ring the doorbell, because of course I was out that day. and just give you a standard in-box stuff like any other manufacturer would. So again, the star to show here. So these are the IE300s, and I know for sure there's that. Let's just get the box out of the way. Right. Again. Okay, so you know these for sure are the real deal. And they do. Let's see if they have a real weight to them. Yeah, there's definitely some weight there. Again, high fidelity earphones for sophisticated music enjoyment. And this is here. Again, designed in Germany, made in China. Basically directly from the manufacturer, so you know that these are about as real as you can get. Again, another sticker. But you could see how there's actually a little number, and then the way it reflects. There's some. The sticker's a little bit different than the other sticker. Check that. See how there it has a different. That one. Over here it has an actual, it says F9B. This one just says NWF. So we could tell, right, the big starking difference. Maybe that one, and maybe also the sticker. So obviously the sticker is larger on this one, but that might not tell you everything. And of course the back, maybe the font's a little different, but that could just be the design part. Again, the ohms part is actually on here, so let's take a look at that. With MMCX connectors and a 3.5mm plug, silicone memory foam, small, medium, large, carry case, cleaning tool, user manuals. Okay, so these are supposed to be the real deal, and right on those one they had tapes of 2. Here it's here and here, nothing here or the bottom. But there's comfort in knowing that these are from the manufacturer, so you know they're the real deal. Again, so we get another 2-year warranty. Okay. The other ones were also made in China, I believe. Yeah, not even a designed in Germany. It's very, very odd with that one. And then maybe you could see even the way the serial numbers are. Here it's a bit, the stickers are definitely a bit. Here and here it's very, very flat. So the serial number part is also very different there. So let's go ahead and crack these open right now. Okay, so there was tape there. Maybe I think my finger might have been covering it. Okay, so this is definitely a lot more of how you're used to being presented with headphones or earphones or in-ear headphones, right? Obviously this foam here. But they always seem to present them to you this way. When you open them, the headphones are present, right? The carry case always comes separately elsewhere. So let's just go ahead and get this. Look at that carry case right there. That's a pretty interesting way to do it. Actually, I don't think I was supposed to take this out. Okay, so that's the carry case right there. Ooh. This one doesn't feel that great, but there's definitely some hardness to this part right here. To the zipper part, at least. So let's just go ahead and let's take a look at this. Okay, right. Standard. I think for fresh decant or whatever. Yeah, let's throw away the stuff and let's take a look at the headphones right now before we crack open a manual or something. So you could see them right there. They look like that. Take them out. There we go. So this is how they look like. Obviously, they're going to go over your ears. Just because I prefer that. It's a very, very nice, secure fit. Okay, so let's take a look at the cable here. Seem to be pretty good. Oh, cool. That looks actually pretty nice. And of course, it's an angled 3.5 millimeter. And I'll probably maybe get a longer cable from their site also, just because again, I don't think they're. Well, all right, so that's it. Yeah. And I always plan to keep my headphones, which is why it's been very disappointing shopping around for a new pair and not getting the real deal. Okay, so right, we can see good Sennheiser stuff. 2 bands on here. So sound only. Definitely much better. I'm gonna compare them in a bit. Just give me a second. But this part, there's some good weight here as opposed to the other one. Again, I'm gonna compare them in a bit. Just give me a second. But yeah, there's definitely some good weight. These parts are pretty light. The actual tip, they already come installed with this for helping the over the ear part. But this is like something you expect to see on maybe an Anchor part. The way the charging ends, maybe USB-C or the lightning bit. Very, very sturdy. All right, I'm back here right now again because my phone was overheating at the moment. And again, I believe I checked back on the footage. This was after I stuck my phone in the freezer for a bit. So again, the part I left off, the part where I mentioned this part was very, very sturdy. Again, like you mentioned on some, like you see on some of the Anchor products, with the USB-C or Lightning one. The cable itself looks a little bit better. And let's just get to the part where I put them right next to each other or hold them right next to each other. Let's unplug this from the small little dock. Okay, so let's begin very simple. Right. Yeah, great. All right, so. All right, that's how that looks like. Very, very close together. Again, this part here, this band right there, definitely looks a little bit thicker than the one on the other one. Or maybe that's just a perspective. It looks a little bit more. Should be the same. All right, now let's go. Just keep being clumsy today. Okay. All right, so take a look at this part here. The actual cable appears to be all right. They seem to be about the same thickness, but obviously maybe the slight gray is a bit different. So now we're getting to the first part. It's a little bit different. So the bottom part of the cable actually ends up being a little bit there, and you could see just how the difference in quality. Right, so this part of the cable actually goes up a little higher before it starts splitting off, and the splitting off part is very, very sturdy. Looks like a matte stainless steel, aluminum, stainless. No, they're not the same thing. But you know, it looks like how it would be on a finish on maybe a MacBook or another Apple product. If you choose maybe a silver. This one again, just plastic, which I find odd because when they came out, I believe the IE80S was still around $300. Then of course we continue further up the. Oh dear God, this is moved too, but it still slides in. It still at least holds its place a little bit better than the other one, where it just goes everywhere and it slides up and down. Yeah, this is the one part that's very annoying about these. It's a pretty common problem on other cheaper wired headphones too, as I remember when I would buy maybe $10 headphones from the corner store or whatever, you know, where they just slide around everywhere. Okay, so let's continue. Obviously they're getting tangled up, but alright, this is obviously new. Surprisingly enough, on these, they weren't tangled that much, so maybe they weren't even new, who knows. And as we see this more and more, let's take a look. Alright, obviously I didn't put these on the IE80 because again, I don't think, I had my suspicions if were they a true thing or not. And these, yep, these hold like that, yep. Alright, that'll go on. Let's see if it states, and it tells you, let's see if it tells you. Alright, this is supposed to be on your right ear. Because, alright, this is supposed to be for your right ear. So this is, yeah, it turned, yep. Alright, so remember you're supposed to put that to go forward. And this is also, I believe, your right ear. Yep, R right there for right. And let's see if we can find that again. All right, we have R right there again. So again, you probably go like that. And obviously this one actually faces a little bit more, but here's because you can actually twist these a bit more with these, and they're already put on there. All right, let's hopefully continue this up and it doesn't take too much time. All right, but these were like this approximately. So when it comes to the actual part of the headphones, okay, so right, so these appear to be a little longer, or maybe I'm just exaggerating a bit, take it back down, but they're again, they only appear to be a little bit longer, but that's mainly because of the way these are angled. If you angled this like that from where it ends, the actual cable ends, you'd see that maybe, hang on, it's fair, right? That's where it ends, that's where the cable ends. Actually, it's not where the connector ends, so where you plug them probably here. So again, they're probably just longer because of the actual tip there. So maybe that gives you more room to have better, even sharper dynamic drivers, or maybe other types of drivers. Balanced aperture, I think, or maybe that's just another part of the headphones. But either way, I think I'm still gonna have to test them, so that's gonna have to wait for my review. Let's see. I already got a low battery notification, so I'm still gonna have to test these for my review. I know that when I got these, I sort of tested them right there and then came back, but I still have to test these. That's gonna have to wait for the review, but the unboxing so far they're pretty good. But might get a longer cable, maybe a 6-foot one. Okay. And again, this is pretty sturdy right here. I know I keep saying they're sturdy, but that's because it is sturdy. They're very, very. It's like they're better fitted with the cables maybe being a bit thicker or maybe different material. And I'll shape these more, and I'll give that on my review. Again, this is a little bit smaller, sharper, right angled. All right, that's the headphones. Let's finish what's in the box. I thought that was odd here. And let's see how they come here. Yeah. Yep, Wedmark, Germany. It has a little band on it. All right, there, some pretty nice coloring and stuff. This is a quick guide. Select, place. Memory foam, I always prefer silicone just because memory foam used to irritate my ears. Yep, left, right, there we go. Give you a good amount, good indication right there. Replacing the cable, click. Optional available, balanced stereo cable with a 2.5 millimeter or a 4.4 millimeter jack connector. Oh, we can get a 4.4 millimeter jack connector. So again, I'm gonna have to visit their site for that, for the better cables. Storing, transporting, cleaning, no water, just water the ear tips. But yeah, they have a cleaning tool, 12 hours right there. Yep, that's how you're supposed to do that. And let's see some specifications here. Dynamic extra wide band. Transducer size 7 millimeters. Frequency response 6 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Frequency characteristics. Diffuse field equalizer in ear close. Impedance of 16 ohms. Sound pressure level 124 decibels at 1 kilohertz. And I don't know, the last one was at 1 V RMS. I've seen that before, but I can't remember. Total harmonic distortion less than 0.08%, 1 kilohertz, 94 decibels. Attenuation negative 26 decibels. I think the other one had around the same. Cable, it's an oxygen-free copper cable, OFC, of course. Power armored reinforced ear hooks, TPU encased. Connector to gold-plated earbud side, MMCX plug. Device side stereo jack plug, 3.5 millimeter, unbalanced 3-pin. So they're not balanced cables. Interesting. Weight without cable, approximately 4 grams each earbud. Operating temperatures, negative 10 degrees Celsius to 55, positive 55 degrees Celsius. Maximum value of the static magnetic field of the surface, 0.9 milli. All right, so interesting stuff right there. And of course, in another language, so you can read that. Yeah. This is just a quick start. I think this is just another compliance things where you're gonna have to read how, yeah, it's all in compliance and everything and all that good stuff. Yeah, the cable is only 1.25, so they're the same length as far as the cable. It might be just the ear tips and everything, and where that cable splits off. Because again, on the IE300s, the splitter goes a little bit higher than the other one. The splitter there happens a little bit lower. All these are relative to each other. Yeah, English, just compliance stuff. Let's take a look at this, and they give you a quick start, and yeah, the cleaning tool. I think the cleaning tool is just a cleaning tool, which is fine. I don't understand how much bass people can want, because again, the bass on these are on even the IE80S. I'm not sure if those ones are still the right ones, but they definitely sound better than the counterfeits. Again, the bass was very, very clear. No sort of staticky noise like the other one had. Yeah, so the package includes. There we go. All right. Of course, the foam should be able to come out. Yep. Very nice packaging. Very nice box. Foam is nice and soft. Let's put this back because it was here for some reason. It was weird because it was like this, and normally you have like a little tab or something. but that was a bit weird. Anyway, oh cool, these are actually cut out right because that's where the wires were. That's pretty good. And let's take a look inside the carry case actually, if there's anything inside the carry case. Okay, again, nothing here. They just give you one package here. Okay, I'm assuming these are the other ear tips. Let's take a look here. The other one is just, they seem to just have very different types of stuff. They had to comply obviously, but they just seemed scattered on the first one, and they even had spare there. So let's take a look here. All right, so there's the cleaning tool. Right, so we got the cleaning tool here. It says Sennheiser. Yeah, very big, bold words. Good small cleaning tool. And of course, it's separate. These are silicone, and these are the comply. All right, comply here, 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 and silicone goes here. All right, so as you can see, here we got your 3 foam ear tips and the 2 silicone, because so clearly they used the medium one on here, and I'll start off with that one. But it's neat, you know, they included everything nice in there, the cleaning tool, all that in just one easy place. I don't have to keep opening a bunch of them, which I thought was very, very odd, because why are there so many ones in the other one? So let's just open those up and see right now. Come on. Because if you open these up, they come in a case, and as opposed to just presenting them headphones to you. So obviously you open this, right? Not that great. Where's the carry case, right? So you can even compare a bit the carry case. The finish is definitely different here. It's here. Here it looks pretty flat. So let's just go ahead and open these while we're at it. So again, here you have, right, it came with a twist tie, and you're supposed to put the cleaning tool here. There, but obviously I haven't opened the stuff. It's all in the back of the envelope here, and everything's still in packaging. But in one of the other unboxing ones, the ones that I believe had another, where they had like a little Asher security thing here, and the whole part in Sennheiser in there, even in their other quick one. So you can see here, and then it usually says Sennheiser. That one's actually colored on that unboxing, so maybe that one was from the manufacturer. But you know, you get a lot of these comply isolation. You get a bunch of these like that, and there's only like 2 here. So why are they scattered about? But in that unboxing, you did see that it was presented with the cleaning tool and bass racer here, bass booster. So again, this is just too very, very odd why, you know, they included some of the, again, it still has the foam here like that, but it's just on that one, you know, that's colored, you know, there's nothing here. It all came on one particular one. We presented with the clean tool here and so forth. Yeah, all right. I don't think these are still authentic. Now, maybe they're just better counterfeits. Maybe that's what they sound better, what the bass was so good. But considering people were saying that, oh, the bass on these isn't supposed to be like, I mean, you can raise the bass, but these are more warmer sounding for the IE80S. But as far as some of the clarity, some of the high frequency, maybe the bit of the treble was not that great sounding on some of the songs that I've tested. So again, this is what kind of makes it a bit odd, just because for these, there's the bass isn't supposed to be that great, but in what I listened to, the bass was pretty strong, even without increasing it. But the more the treble, you know, some of the higher and the mid higher and some of the other songs, there wasn't really that great of a distinction, and that's a bit odd considering my normal ones were Bluetooth ones, and those mids and highs were a bit better. Obviously, the bass on these was better, so I don't understand why when the bass on this should not be better by any stretch of the imagination, because that's not what they're meant for. So again, it's still a bit suspicions, you know, good way to that. And I'm gonna try out these other stuff later. Just put these away for now. But usually the foam stuff irritates my ears, and silicone is just my preference. But this medium. And one thing that maybe I'll say before probably just end this video, it's the fact that the reason I'm going with more or less Sennheiser as opposed to maybe other ones that offer wireless, right? The reason I went with Sennheiser is just because of the ear tips and stuff. So when I first put on the IE80, it was very annoying because I was very annoyed that why it didn't sound good, but the fit was so good. So very annoyed that, you know, there are counterfeits like that exist, because the design of having them very, very small is a very, very attractive feature there. Very, very attractive feature. And that's why it's very annoying when they didn't sound that great, because whatever the counterfeits was on the other pair, they're kind of ripping off a good design, because those were the first probably pair of earphones that were small enough to fit my ear canal. And, you know, obviously, normally I have to go for the smallest one, and even then, it's still a bit of a struggle to get everything. You know, it's usually it's a bit to get everything nice and secure, nicely fitted. But but those are brilliant, and I haven't even changed any of the stock stuff. Very, very good. And here I'm curious because this has a medium on it, so again, I'm gonna try those out. And I think this wraps it up for the unboxing and maybe mild comparison, but not as far as the sound comparison. So again, I hope people like this. I hope to keep going with this, and I really like to keep a lot of the reviews as independent as I can. But it is a very costly thing to run a review channel, reviewing products. This is probably going to be the only ones that was a bit of a struggle, because the counterfeit part is such a big problem. All right, another message about low battery. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna call it here. And I think you maybe start a Patreon and keep it, you know, like the Project Farm guide. Maybe you could review more things. Obviously, his is reviewing more or less tools and other stuff, but I like to keep reviewing maybe more like focusing more on tech, and maybe stuff that's a bit less hands-on stuff. But again, it's all pretty good. So I hope people would like this, and maybe they, for some reason, this part just cut out, and I'm just getting in, seeing if this works. I don't think this works right now, but right, that wrapped up my review, and I'm gonna probably have to shift that in post. And I hope people like this, and you can comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff about this. And maybe you can even lately I have been listening to jazz on the headphones, and that has been sounding pretty good if I lossless, especially connected to the audio interface. That very, very good. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.